Now, if you live in Florida, you know we got a lot of manatees, but did you know that it is illegal to swim with manatees in all 50 states? But, except for one place in Florida. But don't worry, I did some digging. Let's get into it. Now, before I get too deep into this, I gotta say that people do swim with manatees in other places, but it's illegal. They're not supposed to be doing that. Now, the reason it's illegal is because manatees are really sensitive, all right? And human contact can, stress them out. And they'll move the location of where they're supposed to be. And they'll come up with a syndrome called cold blood syndrome. Now, the reason why they come down with this cold blood syndrome is because manatees, they need warm water. They need it, all right? And that brings me to a, special place. Special place in Florida. Now, this is Crystal River, all right? It's a spring, and it's over in Citrus County. And the thing about this spring is it's one of the warmest springs that Florida has. And not only is it one of the warmest springs that Florida has, it also has an abundance of seagrass. And that's what they eat. Now, with that being said, with all of these conditions being, just right for manatees, they're here a lot. It's a ton of them. They just swimming in the spring, having a ball. Now, with this being a, unique thing, Crystal River was like, look, we're gonna make some money on this, all right? We're gonna start doing, guided tours. People could come down, swim, dive, take pictures, do their thing, thizzle, go up with the manatees. Everybody's gonna be happy. But there's a cost to this, okay? Another reason, they don't want humans and manatees to kind of, be all cool and stuff, because the manatees have become cool with being around humans, and they don't want that. And there's a good reason why. Manatees will no longer fear boats, you know what I'm saying? Little jet skis maybe, people riding on the river or something. And what comes with that is that they'll swim up to the boat. And we all know when it comes down to manatees that boat propellers and manatees don't mix. Matter of fact, boats or human contact, it takes up about 30 to 35% of the deaths of manatees. That's a high number. Think about that. If we just round that up a little bit, okay, that's almost half. I'm gonna be real. This is why you don't want to come in contact with them, because they have a long life expectancy, a really long one. Well, I'll say this, they can live up to a long time. They can live up to, 60, 70 years, all right? Maybe even longer. But in the wild, all right, this is in their natural habitat. On average, they only live up to be about 30 or 40. Now, out of those 30 or 40-year-old manatees, possibly, it shrinks even more because most manatees don't make it out of their, teenager stage. That's wild. It's always a but. In captivity, they can live 60 plus. Matter of fact, there was a manatee, all right, named Snooty. Snooty lived to be 69 years old. And I gotta put this in here. I don't know how true this is, but apparently Snooty, okay, this ain't Snooty, I'm just using this picture. But apparently Snooty had a weight problem at one point in his life. He couldn't stop eating, the seagrass. If he saw it, he'd just eat it. But then they stopped him and got him on a diet. Later on in life, I'm kind of thinking to myself, Snooty knew what he was doing. They should have just let Snooty eat. Probably would have lived a little longer. Now, gotta say this before I get out of here, all right? Crystal River, like I said, is the only place in the United States that you can legally, feel me, swim with manatees. So if you want to swim with some sea cows, all right, just come down to Crystal River, Citrus County, right here in Florida, all right? Do the guided tour. See you some manatees. Now look, I don't know what y'all gonna do to remember this. Like it, comment, share it, I don't know. But the more you know. Did y'all know back in the day, they used to think manatees were mermaids? People were stupid. Peace.